Hi. Hey, it's Bridget. Okay, let's do some inspirational stuff, shall we? We're going to use a divination tool that I talk about, kind of like card decks or crystals. It is called the OM. The OM is a system like a card deck. If you think of an OM as a deck, it's not really, it's a bunch of staves, which are sticks from trees. So it's Celtic tree wisdom. And the particular system, there's a lot of ways to use Celtic tree wisdom. There's about 20 staves that come in that create an OM bundle, you might say. Of course, there can be more if you create your own scenario, but this is from the Celtic lineage. And what I use is the Celtic tree oracle to help give additional information about the particular stave or stick. So like one stave is like a card. That's how it is. One stave is like a card. Okay. So I actually have like an altar behind me. It's like a rolling, it's on wheels. I have an obsession with wheels because I want my furniture to be movable, So like if I want to do yoga, I can just push it to the side, or if the lighting is odd, I can move it around like that. And so this is like a 3-tiered shelf behind me, and it's an altar space for myself. And so like you can see, you probably can't see this very well, but I painted this a long time ago. It's a big red rose. I painted this probably, did I write it on the back? No, probably in 2015 or 16, I think. No, it was before that. It had to have been 2014 or 2015, probably 2015. But I love it, and it really connects with divine feminine energy. So I have it on my altar right now. So that's what's behind me. That's what you can kind of, I just noticed, I'm like, oh, you can see that. And it probably looks like a big red blob. It's not a big red blob. It's a rose that I painted. All right. So the stave, but my point in telling you that is, Bridget, ADD, come on, is that it moved, on the second shelf, I laid a beautiful grid cloth with a flower of life grid. And then on top of that, I set my staves. These are the small version. I have 2 sets. I have a tall version and a small version. The small version I use for when I travel. So, and I ordered them off of Etsy from the British Isles. So I have a woman that I connect to over there that is just really heartfelt, and it's very sustainably sourced. And the way that you have these or collect these has to be very, very sacred and honoring of the tree. They have to be branches or dead branches that fell off the tree. And so it's just a real wisdom, kind of passing along the wisdom and utilizing it and collecting it in a way that is appropriate and honoring to the energy of the tree, because the tree is alive. It has spirit. So, all right. So this one, so I did one today because girl's been going through it, and I was moving. Actually, what was happening is I did some cards this morning for myself. And it said, trust the universe, Bridget, just trust the universe. Then all of a sudden because I'm like, please help me to continue to heal. Please help me to continue to release and let go, and help me heal the situation, and just help me heal, like surrendering, to the natural process, right? And the wisdom that's bigger than me, which is the divine wisdom, right? There's got to be a deeper, bigger, broader purpose for this whole thing, right? So I'm like, okay, but it's so painful, very it hurts. So I'm just acknowledging that it hurts. So I was setting the cards on top of my OMs. They were just kind of scattered around, sprinkled around the flower of life. And I thought, I'm going to set these cards right on top of that. It feels like such a wisdom and just a trust. And I trust the trees. I've always trusted the tree wisdom. And so when I did that, this one kind of stuck out. It literally kind of almost shot out like this. And I was like, oh, okay, I live there. What would you like to share? So I thought I'd share it with you and do a video today on that. So we're going to use the Celtic Tree Oracle Guidebook. There's a couple of different ways. There are books online you can get, some very involved. The symbol on here is a pict, P-I-C-T. It's like a letter, a phrase, or a sound, and you can actually use it for like poetry, and it's gorgeous. It's like an very ancient language. So these are not that different than rune stones. I mean, they're different. Okay, don't come at me. They're different, obviously, but they're similar like that. Okay, so if you're into the Celtic, the rune stones and things, or the Nordic ones, because I know this isn't just a Celtic thing. This is many lineages, especially of people who are connected to the earth people, and the woodland people and such too. You know, so. But Celtic trio, my vibe is the Celts. The Celts, it's definitely a past life vibe thing for me. So I'm going to share with you, and I'm getting really warm as I'm talking to you, of course, because the energy is moving. So I'm just going to take off my hoodie. Woo! Okay. All right. I should have brought the fan. Oh, the fan is in here. I should turn it on, but no. Let's just get all sweaty. It's fine. It'll be like a sweat lodge. It'll be like a purification, right? All right, so I'm going to read to you the meaning of getting this particular stave. All right, so it's just like you pull the card and then you're reading the little book that tells you a place to start with the meaning. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. Okay, this is actually the black thorn. The black thorn. It's really kind of a gorgeous color. It's a little bit of a reddish burgundy. I'm really into burgundy lately. Actually, the shirt that I have on, I don't know if you can tell, is brown, but I have like 4 of these in burgundy. I'm loving that deep maroon earth energy vibe, but look at it. Isn't that pretty? So gorgeous. And that's the pict on there. See, there you go. All right. So please speak to us, beautiful, beautiful blackthorn. It kind of sounds mystic, doesn't it? Yeah, a little mysterious. I'm kind of liking that vibe. All right, so it's connected to one of the months of the year, which is actually in the northern hemisphere where I live. It's September 9th through the October 2nd, which actually my psychic birthday is on the 1st. So this is, I feel like, a little nod to maybe honoring my time now, because right now I'm recording this in August. So kind of honoring the time from September into October, which is a transition time. The back to school, the switch into fall, the pumpkin spice lattes are coming out. And I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that right now. Last year I was embracing the pumpkin, and the year before very much. And now I'm just not really sure. We'll have to see. Maybe we can walk through that together, okay? We can support each other along the pumpkin spice path. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so cheesy. If you don't like that drama, that's fun drama and not intense emotional drama, I'm probably not your girl. Okay, all right. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so then the totems that are associated are the scapegoat and the vulture and the grim reaper. Okay, so that's creepy a little, right? No, it actually is archetypes of death, which symbolizes a transition. It's the ending of something old and the starting of something new. It's just the cycle, you guys. And sometimes we won't let go. And what did I say this morning? I was asking for, how do I continue to heal? How do I continue to allow myself to release and let go of this? It's so hard. And in counseling yesterday, my counselor said, she said, Bridget, when your feelings come up, you let yourself feel them. It's not about forgetting about it or not thinking about it, or a thought comes into your mind. And you're like, because I told her, I said, I can't get these images out of my head. I'm like, it's hard, you know? And so, and it like feels like it haunts me, you know? It's really difficult. At some point, maybe I'll have more conversation about that and with all you guys at some point, but it's just, there's a lot. And I'm just like, I just can't. Sometimes it just comes in and I'm like, I just can't. I don't want that right now. And I don't want that ever, but I don't. It's just such a burn. It's like intentionally hurting me over and over again kind of thing. It's like, I don't need that, you know? So I'm like, I'm trying to just get rid of this. I'm trying to just be done with this, whatever. And she said to me, you have to allow yourself to feel those emotions. She said, you're going to have to let yourself face that and let it come up and understand what the feelings are telling you instead of trying to push them away. The reason why it hurts so bad is because you're rejecting the feelings. You know, you're trying to reject the feelings, which means you're not honoring yourself, which means it's creating a cycle of self-abandonment over and over and over again. And it's like, that's what's keeping that energy, that ghost, that haunting kind of energy alive for you. I'm like, yeah. And the fact that I'm psychic, it doesn't help too much because, you know, the whole remote view thing and the whole clairvoyance thing, it's very, the layering of psychic stuff is complicated for me, for sure. And probably for you, if you're intuitive or starting to recognize your intuitive tendencies. So getting back to the blackthorn, the blackthorn. Okay. So death, a cycle of letting go. Yeah. Okay, do you feel me right now? Yeah, that's true for you, isn't it? I can tell you're in that space. I can feel it, like what I'm sharing with you about feeling and emotion and all. You know, because either you've been through that or you're coming up on a memorial cycle where you're going through that, like that grief process, or you just saw something that triggered a memory or an emotion and it's hard. It brings it right up, whoop, right there in your face. And it's hard because there's literally nothing you can do. There's like, it's so done and out of your hands. You can't, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do to change it. It's like, this is just the way it is. There's nothing you can do. So that death process is allowing that release, I think, you know. Wow, that was a deep bridge. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's goddesses and deities associated with these also. So here they are. Let's see. Seth of Egypt, Hades. Ooh. The crone aspect of the goddess, that wise woman energy. All right, let's see, who's this? I don't know who this is. I can't quite, I'm not sure who that is. So this is actually connected to autumn equinox, which is coming up. That's the next big turn of the wheel. That is in September. It's about a little over, it's actually just less than a month from now when I'm recording this. I'm not sure when I'm going to share this video, but it's a little less than a month now. So the blackthorn is connected to autumn equinox, which is again, a changing of a cycle or a new season, right? So there's a fly right here. Do you see it? Hello, hello. Okay. I don't want to like murder you on camera. That would not be a good, that would not be a good look here. Okay, so let's not bother us, please. All right. Wow, Bridget, that was aggressive. Well, I might as well get out my frustrations, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Focus. Okay. The key words are protection, boundaries. I just did a video on that. Boundaries. There's a video here about boundaries. Fate, strife, negation, obstacle. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Outside influences, disruption, learning from challenges, drawing on spiritual strength. So in that right now. Hello, high five if you're in that. Yeah. Okay. I know it's hard. It's burning, right? It's like burning. It's like a blister that's like, oh, just rubbing. Yes, it's like that. New direction or opportunity, renewal. All right, you guys, so there's a purpose, okay? The purpose is new direction, opportunity, renewal, trust the universe. I got that card today. I told you that. I'm going to show it to you so you believe me right now. It's right here. Trust the universe. This is from the Kyle Gray deck. It's also linked below. So you'll see that the Kyle Gray deck, the Angel Oracle. This is the one. It looks like this. There's another one listed below too. That's his Angels and Guides one. That's this one. That's not the right one. It's the Angel Oracle deck. All right. All right. So here's some of the info about this. All right. So there's questions you can ponder. You could write these in your journal if you'd like. So the Blackthorn's main question is this: how do we deal with seemingly negative situations? Do we see them as purposeful? Does it matter how we approach them? Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does. And try to have some gentleness with yourself when you start to actually come out of your fog and you have some clarity and you look back and go, oh my God, I was such an idiot. I should have done X, Y, and Z. I should have just been, I should have done this. I should have like said this better. I should have not said this. That's a Bridget thing. High five if you're like, you don't have to say everything. No. Okay. But be gentle when you realize you did. You can't take that stuff back. It's just, it's out there and you look like a fool, but it's all right. It's what it is. Okay. So how, Bridget, much judgment? We're working with the blackthorn. It's coming through, people. It's coming through. It's helping us. Okay. And then it says a difficult and disruptive period often marks the beginning of a necessary deep change. We face the death of another year of life as we approach winter. This tree gives us clues on how to best go through difficult times and hard challenges. Wow. Blackthorn advises us to make adversarial forces our allies. Interesting. All right. So the blackthorn in a reading, which is like if you're doing a reading with ohms, because you can lay them out and do a reading with them. Here's what it means. It says, when you get blackthorn in a reading, you are in need of protection. Energetically, I know I thought about this when I got this and I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Round one. No, this would be probably, I've had a new energetic kind of grid kind of around me a little bit recently because of some dynamics and things. And I noticed it because it came in through the right side of my heart, kind of trying to get into my right side of my heart and kind of mess with my heart chakra a bit. And I was like, whoa, what's that? I'm like, it's like the old discs, like, or the old CD-ROM stuff on your computer. It was old school. I don't know, some of you might not know that, but you could push a little thing out and the little thing would slide out. You put a disc in and slide it in. It was like that, identical to that. I was like, what is this? I'm like, no. 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 And I just went like a little fly, and it went flying away. Okay. So anyway, so when this came up, it's like a little heads up to me to be really conscious of my energy grids, because it's like, you can definitely be a threat to people, even if you're not doing it. There's nothing you're doing. Sometimes you're just competition. Sometimes you're just comparison. Sometimes you're just living your life, being in your light, and someone else notices that and has a really hard time with it. This is why you get like haters on the internet. This is why you get family members, maybe for you. I mean, I'm lucky. I don't really have that kind of scenario, thank goodness. At least not that I know of. They're like talking about you or whatever. I mean, that can happen, so that's kind of how it feels a little bit. Like somebody's like, what, kind of like curious about you, little maybe cyber stalking, a little bit kind of hanging out, kind of checking things out and kind of trying to, maybe make you look not so good. So that can be happening to you. So somebody might be stepping in right now, messing with your energetics a bit. Don't buy into it. Your heart space is strong and powerful, and put that, I'm going to say the flower of life. I wish I had another one because I have one right here and I have one in the other room, but I don't want to move all my stuff to show you. Flower of life, look it up. What it looks like, it's a bunch of just circles, with the seed of life in the middle and a bunch of seed of life, like reproduced all over. It's a big circle. So it looks like that. So keep that pure and strong in your heart so that, and then I see Archangel Michael's blue energy to help shield you from that. And then use the sword to cut that person from kind of seeing you. It can kind of mess up their energy, distort their energy, distort their vision. They don't have access to you or anybody else that they would, ask to look into your stuff, some of their psychics and stuff, just, oh, no, can't see this. There's nothing. There's just, so that there's literally just nothing in the field. There's like, they try to tap in and there's like, the file is just not there. Like there's just no way to connect like that. Don't feed into it. Don't be afraid. Just no way to connect. Just do that. That's my plan. That's my approach. But that was a reminder this morning, Bridget, you need to do this. You need to take this seriously. I'm like, okay, I will. Okay. All right. So energetically, let's talk about that. Energetically, the spike-like thorns of this tree can help you, especially when you visualize a blackthorn thicket spinning up around you to shield you. Oh, that's sweet. Kind of. Yes. Cool. I love that vibe. Isn't it great? Yeah. Okay. This tree can help you set clear, strong boundaries about what and whom you will let in and what and whom you will not let in. Right. Although you may not have a choice about what is actually happening in your life at this moment, you do have a choice about how you relate to any challenges. So drawing this tree in a reading can remind you to choose the equanimity that will help you move through these difficult times. So that kind of balancing, calming, peaceful, just knowing. Like things are happening, people do dumb shit and it affects you, but at the same time, you don't have to be bothered by it. Like we do not have to react. We do not have to buy into that storyline or narrative of the behavior or of the lack of response or whatever it is that's happening or not happening around the scenario. You just don't have to be bothered by it. Does it affect you? Yes, it could, but it doesn't have to make you react. You know, there's like a peaceful way or a calm, kind of a mellow vibe being in your center creates. That's how I view that equanimity piece. Okay, so let's see what else. It also says there's a purpose for this, okay? Like there's a bigger point, right? It says you are in the process of growing your character. If you're never challenged, you are unlikely to grow. So for this reason, you can take a look at the opposition and adversarial forces as allies. Difficulties are teachers, and negative situations bring lessons for us to learn. When one door closes, another opens. Nice. I literally had a friend that I was talking to about a week ago, and she said, Bridget, close the door. Keep it closed. I was like, I'm like, how do you know that I haven't? She's like, Bridget, it's kind of like the vibe I get was, well, a screen door is not a door. And it's funny because like my last name is kind of sounds like door. Okay, just so you know. Just putting that out there. It's kind of funny. All right. Okay. So here's more, a little more. Hang in there. When you get blackthorn in a reading, you are being told that it is time for some heavy duty changes. In order to grow, you are asked to let go of people and situations, as well as self-defeating beliefs and attitudes. Your self-defeating beliefs, your self-defeating attitudes. I have them too. It's all wrapped up around worthiness and value. For me, it is. Does that sound familiar to you? It should, because it's a collective pattern of pain and a huge wound that's showing up right now. Why do you think we're hearing all about self-love? And why are we hearing about narcissism and trauma bonds and toxic relationships? Why are we hearing about that? Why are we hearing about a focus on healing from those scenarios? It's because we've all probably been on both ends of those things. We've all been the negative people with the attitudes and the toxic beliefs, and we've also been the person who has been receiving that from another person in relationship. So we've all been both. Let's be clear. Nobody's like the bad guy or the bad girl. Nobody's that. We're connected to that collective wound, but I feel that self-worth and value piece. Do you feel that too? Do you? I'm sure you do. I'm sure it's there in that space. So just recognition. I see you. I see you. That's a hard thing. It is hard. It is really hard. I know. I feel it. So we might not be able to make change. We might not be able to change others or the situation that we're in. We just might not be able to do that. But you can change yourself. You can change yourself so you can recognize your value. You can give yourself all those things that you need, that you've been disappointed about, that have been let down, that have been betrayed, whatever it may be, that have been you've been devastated around these things. Give those things to yourself, because there's ways you can. Yes. All right. Okay, you ready? It is a time to let go of the need for revenge or lashing out or destructive behavior toward yourself and others. I know sometimes that can seem to feel better, but 2 minutes after you send that damn text or 3 minutes after you have that conversation, you're going to feel bad. It's not worth it. It's not worth sacrificing your integrity and just not being a person that don't let somebody else trigger you to that place just to react. Use that equanimity, you guys. Okay. Saying that because I think it would be very, very helpful for us all. Let go of animosity. Oh gosh, that's a big word. Judgment and resentment. I don't have a big, huge issue with the judgment piece. The animosity, I'm gonna have to feel that a little more. I've never really considered that. The resentment piece. Somebody asked me that the other day about resentment, and I was like, no, I don't know. I don't think I'm in that space yet, but that might be a destination on this here road trip that's coming up. I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm not there yet. I'm in this really hurtful and sad place, kind of thing, I'm in that space. So as you ask, okay, so let go of the habits that are not working for you is what they're saying. Let go of the habits that are not working for you. Okay. Ask your guides, your spirit guides, for support and spiritual strength. They are here for you and will answer your need. They cannot help you without your invitation, though, as they would never interfere with your free will. Do you understand that? I had this conversation the other day about spirit guides. You guys, spirit guides, they won't just come in and save your butt, okay? You may be doing lots of stupid things all the time. And it's not that they're too busy to help you. It's that you don't recognize that part of that is to acknowledge that you need help and then ask for it. You can be in awareness that you're screwing stuff up and that, oh, that's just the way it is, and then not step into the next stage. So if you're in awareness and you have accountability for whatever you're feeling or whatever you're doing or whatever that's not helping you, you have to then take the next step to ask your spirit guides for specific help. I need help. So awareness, ask, and then you have to be willing to be present to receive. Okay? You can't sift and sort the responses based upon what you like. You have to be willing to accept the message and the direction. And I think that that's where I think people start to falter right away after the awareness and then recognizing that and then asking for help. I think sometimes it's hard to go from just the awareness into asking for help, because when you ask for help, that means you're going to know something's coming that you're going to get clarity on. And you might not want that because you'd rather be ignorant. Even though you kind of want to act like it's no big deal, or you just don't really have control or choice or freedom or free will, but you do. So when you're aware, the next thing that comes is it's like I tell people, you can't not know. Once you know, it's like, yeah, I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that. I can't unsee it. I can't pretend like I never knew that. It doesn't work like that. So you're in awareness. You got that, boom, gift. Now, what do you do next? Ask for help. Ask for clarity. Ask for information. Ask your spirit guides to step in. Might help your energy a bit. They might calm your energy. You might feel anxious, you might feel scared, you might be depressed, you might be angry, whatever feelings are there, that's energetic. Ask your spirit guides to step in, soothe the energy, just soothe it and work with it so that you can actually feel better, because you need that instead of just jumping into the next thing to try to fix however you're feeling. Don't go out here. You're in awareness now, you're here. Once you're in awareness, you're in your body. You can't not know. You are in alignment. From the alignment place, you ask for what you need. Hello, heart chakra, ask for what you need. Talk to your spirit guides, talk to God, talk to Jesus, talk to Mary Magdalene, talk to Buddha, talk to your totem animal, the horse, or your archangel, Michael or Ariel. Do that. Okay? Speak to them. Ask. You can do it in writing. You can do it in a prayer. You can do it in a meditation. You can do it out loud. Ask. You can do it in your heart. Ask. And then you better be ready. It's like you can't. Okay, so when you ask your spirit guides for assistance and then you aren't present to receive, it doesn't help. Because this is what happens. It's like ordering a pizza and you leave the house. Pizza comes, nobody's here. What do? Sometimes they leave it. Sometimes they just take it back. Sometimes you don't get the pizza. You're still hungry. You're hungry. No pizza. You left. You're not there. Don't act like you didn't order pizza. Be present. You got to be willing to receive that. You do. So remember that. Awareness is alignment. Ask from the heart space. Ask your spirit guides to support you, to step in, to give you clarity, to soothe your energies so that you feel like you can actually see the forest through the trees, or see, through the fog that you feel. This is mind fog that you feel, or this heart compression that you feel, whatever it is. And then stay present, stay in awareness so that you can receive the pizza. So you can receive the food. So you can receive the message or information. It doesn't, just because you get a pizza doesn't mean you have to eat it. Okay. Maybe you ordered it for family and friends, and you just ordered it because you're practicing ordering it. You're practicing receiving the pizza. Doesn't mean you have to eat the pizza. You don't have to accept and then do everything. At least get the message, at least receive it. Okay, awareness, ask, and then I'm going to say receive instead of acceptance. Receive, because you can get it and then decide what to do with it. Okay, because that's the point, because then you could take action if you wanted to, and not taking action is action. So then that fourth step will be action. All right. Okay, wow, that's the whole life coaching thing with Bridget. And I thought we were just going to talk about the blackthorn. This is an awesome one. It's perfect alignment. Hey, this is Bridget. I hope I've inspired your spirit, filled you with some hope today. I've certainly educated you on a few things. Should help you, I hope, in the days, weeks, months to come. And encouraged you to live your life. It's your life after all. You have the opportunity to live it. Just live it. Thanks for being here.